We do the same thing over and over and over and over, and we just expect that one day this big pile of money is going to be sitting in our bank account, that our relationships with our friends and families are going to get better, that our relationship with God is going to become stronger, that we're just going to lose all this weight magically, we're going to have a better diet, and better yet, we're going to live longer, but we're doing the same things every single day. That's called insanity, my friends. But let me tell you something. Today on this video, we're going to talk about the cure to insanity, and I have it right here. It is our habits. It is our habits, and I'm not talking about Atomic Habits by James Clear, all that stuff. Oh, we are? Okay, so we are talking about Atomic Habits by James Clear, and today we're going to talk about what I learned from this video and how we can incorporate some of the things that James Clear talks about in our lives and in our finances. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Faison McClurge. You can find me on all platforms at Financial Phase. I am 24 years old and I own a 6-figure financial services company, and I'm just trying to get this information out to as many people as possible. So please comment, like, subscribe, tell me if you agree or disagree, everything, so we can get this information and motivation out to as many people as possible so we can help them in their life and in their finances. For anybody that has not read the book Atomic Habits, it's a 10 out of 10 great book. I definitely recommend it. And in our business, we have something that we like to call the Rule of 72. It's coined by Albert Einstein. And basically this is saying that you take the number 72 and you divide it by whatever interest rate you're getting on your money, and that's how long it takes for your money to double. So if we're talking about Bank of America and Chase, you're getting that, let's round it up to 1%. If you're getting 1% growth on your money, it's going to take you 72 years to see any money that you put in that Bank of America or Chase bank account to double. I'll wait. Yes, that's a very long time, and that's not going to benefit you in any way. But what our company does is we really help people, and we try to show people, instead of putting your money with Bank of America and Chase and leaving it there, so you're only getting that 0.000 infinity 1%, you could put it in vehicles now that you're getting 5%, you're getting 10%, 15%, 20%, 30%, and now your money is doubling every 5 years, every 3 years, every 2 years, or so be it. So that's kind of what compound interest is. We're just putting your money in a vehicle where your money is going to grow faster. Your money is going to compound over itself, because a lot of people in today in America, we don't understand compound interest. And if you don't understand it, you're going to pay it. You're going to pay compound interest in credit cards, on mortgages, on loans, because we pay interest everywhere. But none of us are gaining interest and knowing how to get that interest, compound interest, working for us. And that's kind of what we do. And I really resonated with that when he was bringing up compound interest in Atomic Habits. Another type of compounding that he brought up that really stuck with me was the positive and negative compounding. So when it came to good and bad things in our life, like we can be compounding stress. Like when one bad thing happens, we let it roll over to the next thing, and now we'll let it roll over to the next thing, and now we're just completely stressed out, and it kind of has that snowball effect. But the same way that can happen and be a bad or negative compounding, we can have positive compounding in our life, and we can create positive compounding in our life with the habits that we have. We can have productivity compounding, we can have knowledge compounding, we can have relationship compounding, and all the things we do just by practicing things that reflect different behaviors or positive behaviors that we want to see in our lives, and we want to have positive things happen. Because honestly, it's the tiny things and it's the tiny battles, waking up early, speaking positively to yourself, speaking positively to other people, maybe reading that book that you've been putting off for a long time, maybe exercising, or maybe just making your bed. Small things like that you don't do compound over into different things in your life. And one quote that really stuck with me is, good habits make time your ally, and bad habits make time your enemy. Good habits make time your ally, bad habits make time your enemy. And that is, if I had to define that quote, that's me. Because a lot of times I feel like I don't have time to do things. I feel like I'm rushing, or I feel like I'm doing these things, but that all reverts back to my habits. I'm rushing, I'm doing all the things because I have terrible habits. I have no structure, and all my tiny things are kind of messed up, which are delaying me and making me feel like, okay, now I'm flustered and I'm frustrated and I feel all this anxiety coming through. But if I were to work on the small things, I were to get up a little earlier, make my bed, or have set things or habits in place to make me productive, that productivity compounding, different things that we talked about before, it would allow time to be on my side and feel like, dang, okay, I have a lot of time because I have structure, I have habits in place to help me do so. And I didn't want to have to do it. I didn't want to have to bring it up. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I have to. A lot of us in America, including myself, have bad money habits. I'm gonna let that sink in. A lot of us have bad money habits. I know some of you guys are saying, no, FaZe, we don't. Some of us might be in denial. But a great example, right, is if you're a millionaire, you have all these millions of dollars, but you're spending more than you're bringing in a month, that millions of dollars that you have, it's gonna go by fast. It's gonna go away fast. And that's bad money habits. But if you're also if you're broke, if you don't have a lot of money coming in or whatever it is, but you say every paycheck that you have, you're gonna set a little bit aside. You say you can only set $100 aside every week. You set that $100 aside every week. And you're doing that, and you're doing that. That is a good, actually that is a great money habit, and you're putting yourself on a trajectory of positivity, of financial freedom, regardless of how small it is. A lot of us think we need to put all this big money away. We need to be investing in all these big stocks and all these big things. And we think wealth has to come from this big drastic change, but no, it has to come from the small things that we do, having the small habits, because everybody thinks, okay, if I just had $1 million, I would be all right. Just somebody give me $1 million. But most of us would get $1 million and we would just blow it. You see the thing with people winning the lottery all the time. A lot of people win the lottery and then they end up broke again. It's because the habits and everything that we have are not set. We don't have good, positive habits in place. And that's what this video is about. The video is to not only just tell you, hey, you're bad, you're this and that. It's just to make you realize that, yes, you may have bad habits in place that are making you angry, that are putting you in places where you're having a lot of anxiety, that are making you late, that are passing over to your kids, that are, causing the distress that you actually have in your life. Just a pro tip, if you are that person that is putting away $50, $100, $200, whatever it is, a week or a month or whatever the case may be, if you are doing that and you're putting it in a bank account, like I mentioned earlier, make sure you guys are putting that money into something that is working for you. If we're talking about these positive money habits and productivity and compound interest, make sure that your money is working for you as well. You're working so hard at whatever job you have, whether you're working at McDonald's, you're working at Google or Apple, whatever it is, you're working hard for your money, and I know you are. If you're doing that, make sure your money is working hard for you. Make sure your money is in something like an insurance or some type of policy or index fund where your money is going to grow for you while you're sleeping over time. And trust me, you guys can come back to this page 5 years, 10 years from now and just say, FaZe, thank you for that advice, because I'm telling you, that is what you need to be doing. A lot of people would think you need to do all these crazy different things, investments and stuff, but it starts right there. Just putting your money to work. Actually, first, it starts with you working, then putting your money to work. We talked a lot about your money compounding and growing and everything, but another thing that was great that was in the book, there was a quote by Warren Buffett. It was about knowledge compounding. And he said, that's how knowledge works. It builds up just like compound interest. So you don't just want to have your money in this work. No, you want to have your money. You want to have your knowledge, your productivity, your relationships. You want to have everything positive compounding. And you're just going to be turned into a big balloon of compound interest, and you're going to look back and your life is going to be amazing, because your life's not going to be amazing. Your life is going to be exactly the way that you dreamt it, because you put all these different habits and compound interest in place and you got everything working in your life. And that is such a great quote, because you're doing it right now. The compound interest of knowledge is working right now because you're on YouTube, you're studying, you're reading books, you're doing all these different things to learn more, to enlighten yourself more, to motivate yourself more, to get yourself up and going in this world. So I commend you guys for staying on and watching this video. And like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe so we can get this to as many people as we can that need to hear this stuff about habits, that need motivation, that need inspiration, that need somebody just to sit across from them and tell them that they can do it. Because I believe in you guys. You guys can do it, because I am a living testimony of just getting up every day and working. And if I can do it, I definitely know that you can do it. A lot of things happen where we tend to focus on the end goal Like, okay, we want to get $1 million, but we don't do the things that, happen to get us to $1 million. We don't take care of that first habit of putting that $100 away a week, that $50 away a week, that $1,000 away a month, whatever it is for you. We don't do that. We just always so goal focused, but we don't work on the system. That's a great point that James Clear brings up in the book. We don't talk about the system enough. A great quote in there is, the score takes care of itself. The end goal will come. You have to fall in love with the process. If you truly want to create generational wealth for yourself and your family, it's just, you can't focus on that because you're not even going to be alive for most of that. If you do it right, you just got to focus on the process. You got to focus on creating the good habits and leaving those good habits to pass on. You pass on good generational habits, oh, trust me, the wealth is going to last way, 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 way longer. And believe me on that. So I think we need to start by focusing on the system, focusing on what we're doing every single day to create a great system, and then everything else is going to come with itself. If you want to be a great parent, you want to have successful children, don't just focus on that all the time, because then you're going to be pushing them to do these things and they have to do this. No, just focus on the habits and everything that you are first doing yourself, that they're picking up off of you and putting them in positions to create great habits for themselves in order to move forward and have successful lives. That's all that you can do. And trust me, it's going to take care of itself. We make it hard on ourselves. A lot of us think just things are supposed to be gumdrops and rainbows, and whatever we think on our dream is, it's just going to be smooth sailing all the way up to the top. But that's not how life is. As an entrepreneur myself, I understand that life is going to be full of problems. You have to set a goal, but don't focus solely on the goal, because you're not going to just get straight to the goal. There's going to be problems that arise, and the more comfortable you get with problems arising, the better that you will be. The less focused you are on the goal, and the more focused you are on creating that system in your life, in your household, in your mind, in your relationships, in your bank account, whatever that is, you are going to be better in life, and you're probably going to get to that end goal way faster than you could have ever thought of. And one last thing that I want to bring up, and this resonates with me, and they talked about it so, James Clear spoke about it so perfectly in the book, Atomic Habits. It was talking about putting off happiness until you reach your goals. So a lot of us are so goal focused. I am so goal focused that I want to play professional football. I want to make $1 million. I want to get my business to 7 figures. I want to do all these things, right? But we kind of forget that instead of just working, we forget that there's happiness in this process. There needs to be happiness in building the system. It doesn't mean we just have to put off happiness, and when we get that $1 million check, when our kid gets that A, when we lose all the weight, that's when we can be happy. No, we can be happy and we can have small wins throughout the process, and that's going to help us create those habits. Let's make a habit of being happy. Let's make a habit of spreading positivity. Let's make a habit of just bringing joy to ourselves and others, because a lot of us, like myself, I'm so hard on myself. I'll be the first one to tell you guys that I am super duper hard on myself. I don't speak well to myself a lot of the times, but that's something I'm working on, and reading this book has opened my mind up to saying, hey, you're all right. You can enjoy the process. You can enjoy making these videos for other people. It doesn't have to be a struggle like, oh, what if I just came on these videos every time and I was like, another video here, this is what's good. No, I'm excited to make these videos. I'm enjoying having these conversations and inspiring as many people as I can, and that people are going to share this and like and subscribe and send this out to so many people and follow me at iFinancial Phase, and I'm going to be able to reach more and more people, but I have to be happy doing it. I can't be focused on the amount of followers, subscribers, and all that. I just need to focus on enjoying the process. And that would be the only thing that I tell you guys today. And this video was all about creating atomic habits. Like you said, if you guys have not picked up this book, please go pick up this book. I think this is going to change my life, and it already is changing my life, and I feel like it's going to change a lot of lives of you guys that are watching this video. And continue to follow me at Financial Phase, and stay tuned for the next video that I'm going to post. I'm posting every Monday, so stay tapped in, but stay unfazed, stay positive, and start creating those habits. Let's start by making the bed tomorrow. How about we do that? Stay unfazed.